Okay, thank you. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We have a roll call, please.
Council President Perez.
Here.
Councilmember Van.
Here.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Here.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Here.
Councilmember Prince.
Here.
Councilmember Corman.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all present.
Okay, thank you. We have the administrative report next.
We're going to have two items. First, join us for next trivia night on Tuesday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. Grab your favorite jersey for a fun evening of trivia from the comfort of your couch. Touchdowns and trivia will test you on all things football and Seahawks. Play by yourself or with a team. Compete for a chance to win a variety of prizes and to be crowned Renton's Trivia Champion. Visit rentonwa.gov/trivia night for more information and to register. Participants will be placed in a waiting room until 6:30 p.m. And then finally, the Public Works Department is talking about preventative maintenance, street maintenance, traffic impacts, those kind of things. You can go to rentonwa.gov/traffic to find more about that. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Next up is audience comment.
Okay, next we'll open the remote audience comment period. It remains the strong intent of the city to have public comment regularly included on our agendas. Please refer your comments to the full council, and in so doing, we ask that you refrain from impugning the integrity of the members of this body. The city reserves the right to eliminate or end these public comment periods and or remove anyone from the meeting at any point if we deem the system as being abused or is no longer suitable to allowing the city to conduct its necessary business. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to speak. You'll be called upon by Julia Medzigian, Council Liaison. Ms. Medzigian will call the speaker's name and unmute the appropriate microphone, which will send an automatic prompt to the speaker if you've been unmuted. This is the speaker's cue that it is their turn to speak. Please begin your comments by stating your name, city of residence, and the topic you are addressing. Speakers should be able to see a timer on the screen. When your time is almost up, please wrap up your comments. Ms. Medzigian.
Thank you, Jason. For the record, my name is Julia Medzigian. I'm the City Council Liaison. I have no one signed up in advance to speak this evening. For those of you signed into Zoom, if you would like to speak, please use your computer to raise your hand. If you've joined in by calling into Zoom, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. I see no one, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Next up is consent agenda. We have 6 items for council consideration.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Perez.
I move that the council concur with the consent agenda as published.
I second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by Council Member Corman, that the council concur with the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. All right, next up we have unfinished business. Council President Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Benedetti.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utilities Committee has 3 reports.
Okay.
Okay, Utilities Committee reports. First one is Extenet System Incorporated Master License Agreement. The Utilities Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to enter into a master license agreement with Extenet Systems Incorporated for the provision of a telecommunications network for small cell technology within the city of Renton. The committee further recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to delegate to the mayor or the mayor's designee the approval and signing authority for master license agreements, including site license addendums in substantially similar form to the master license agreement and site license addendum with Extenet Systems Incorporated.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move that council concur with the Utilities Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Benedetti, that the council concur with the Utility Committee report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
The next utilities report is regarding the MCI Metro Shadow Duct Agreement. The Utilities Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to enter into an agreement with MCI Metro Access Transmission Services Corporation with Extenet Systems Incorporated for installation of a conduit in the amount of $112,752.50 to support transportation infrastructure as well as provide reliability to our system at a significantly reduced cost.
Excuse me, Mr. South?
Yes.
I believe that was, you accidentally said Extenet instead of MCI, so just
No,
want to correct that for the record.
So should that, it says MCI Metro Access Transmission Services Corporation with Extenet Systems Incorporated. Is that part incorrect?
Yeah, I don't think that's correct.
Okay. I can,
Yeah, it's
just,
not, it's MCI, a division of Verizon, not in connection with
okay.
Extenet.
So I crossed that section out.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that correction, Mr. Mayor, I move that the council concur with the committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Benedetti, that the council concur with the utility committee report with extranet system being X'd out. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the final utilities committee report is regarding a release of utility easement from the Renton School District for the Sartori School Project. As part of the Sartori School Project, the original easement location will need to be released to allow for the utilities to be relocated for the overall development of the property. An easement with the City of Renton, recording number 2008-0707000225 and 2008-1028-000318, was granted to the city at no cost for the operation and maintenance of the utilities within the subject property. The developer has already provided new utility easements for the site utilities, and the existing easement is no longer needed. All new public and private utilities are located within the current site, and there is no future need for the use of the portion of the easement being requested for release. No public funds were spent on the acquisition or maintenance of this portion of the easement. Therefore, it is classified as a Class B release of easement as defined in City Code 914 and requires no further compensation to the city other than the processing fee to be paid by the applicant.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the utilities committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Benedetti, that the council concur with the utility committee report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Next up is Councilmember McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Transportation Committee has one committee report to present.
Okay, this is Transportation Aviation Committee report. Interagency agreement with the State of Washington Department of Transportation for sharing of excess conduits in public right-of-way. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the resolution and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute an interagency agreement with the State of Washington Department of Transportation for sharing of excess conduits in a public right-of-way.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember McGurven.
I move that the council concur with the Transportation Committee report. Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, seconded by Councilmember Corman. The council concur with the Transportation Committee report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries. Next up is Councilmember Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Corman.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, next up we have legislation. We have 2 resolutions and 3 ordinances for second and final reading.
The first resolution is regarding the school resource officers agreement with the Renton School District, approved in consent agenda item 5D. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement for school resource officers with Renton School District Number 403 for 2020 through 2022.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Perez.
I move that the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by Councilmember Corman, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the next resolution is regarding the conduits with WashDOT. So a resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with the State Department of Transportation, WashDOT, regarding fiber optic and telecommunications equipment or service.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember McGurven.
I move that the resolution be adopted as read.
I second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, seconded by Councilmember Corman, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the following ordinances are for second and final reading. The first is regarding an amendment to Renton Municipal Code 5-1. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Section 511 of the Renton Municipal Code by adding a definition of person, alphabetizing definitions, providing for severability, and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Corman.
I move adoption of the ordinance as read.
Second.
Been moved by Councilmember Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the ordinance be adopted as read. Second and final reading, this requires a roll call.
Council President Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Van.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McIrvin. You are muted.
Aye. Sorry.
Thank you. Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Councilmember Corman.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, the next ordinance is regarding an amendment to RMC 5-11, an ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the term business enterprise to read person in sections 511.4 and 511.5 of the Renton Municipal Code, correcting a citation to the revised Code of Washington in section 511.4 of the Renton Municipal Code, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Corman.
I move adoption of the ordinance as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Corman, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the ordinance be adopted as read. This is the second final reading, requires a roll call.
Okay, Council President Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Van.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Aye.
Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Councilmember Corman.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay. The final ordinance is regarding the commissioning of a street mural to convey the indisputable fact that Black Lives Matter. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, directing the commissioning of a street mural that conveys the indisputable fact that Black Lives Matter, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Prince.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Prince, seconded by Council President Perez, that the ordinance be adopted as read. This requires a roll call.
Council President Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Van.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedetti.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Aye.
Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
And Councilmember Corman.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
Okay, motion carries. All right, next up, we have new business, and It's that time of year again. So next up, we will open up the floor for nominations for the 2021 council president position.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Perez.
I nominate Councilmember Randy Corman for council president for 2021.
Second.
Okay, that was a nomination?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, we need to take a vote, Jason?
Vote on this one before we
We
do.
vote on the motion, yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by everybody that Randy Corman be nominated for 2021 council president. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay,
Mr. Mayor,
President Perez.
I move to elect Councilmember Randy Corman as council president for 2021.
Second.
It's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by Councilmember O'Halloran, that Randy Corman, that Councilmember Corman be council president for 2021. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
I think we just did, we were on President Pro Tem.
No.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, first we did the nomination and now we're actually doing the election.
My question is, do we need a roll call for the election?
No,
I don't.
No? Okay,
No.
thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President Perez.
I move to close nominations for president for 2021 council president.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that we close the nominations for 2021 council president. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do this again. Next, we will open the floor for nomination for the 2021 council president pro tem.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Corman.
I'd like to nominate Councilmember Ryan McGurven as council
Second.
president pro tem.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Corman, seconded by Councilmember Benedetti, that Ryan McGurven be nominated for council president pro tem. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. Are there any other nominations, or would like to move to election?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. Councilmember.
I move we, hopefully I do this right, elect Councilmember Ryan McGurven as council president pro tem for 2021.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Corman, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that Councilmember McGurven be elected council president pro tem for 2021. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Perez.
I think we need to close the floor for nominations.
Yes.
I move to close the floor for nominations for 2021 council president pro tem.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Perez, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that the elections and nominations for Council President Pro Tem for 2021 be closed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I would just like to take a moment to thank the council for the confidence and trust in me to elect me for this position next year, and to promise that I'll do a good job representing all of your interests and working for the continued consensus that we've been enjoying so much as a council. And I also want to, I'll do this again later, but really thank Ruth Perez for all her work during this year. And I'm going into next year recognizing I have big shoes to fill. That Ruth has been a hard worker all year. This has been the record year for difficult years, and so I'll be taking the baton from somebody who's done it very well. So thank you, Ruth, and thanks to all of you.
And Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Councilmember Gervin.
Yes, I also would like to thank the council for electing me as President Pro Tem for 2021. I'm excited to step up into this leadership position. As I've been told by several people, it is time. So proud to do that. I also want to echo the thanks for Council President Perez in a tough year, which you just had to step into, both you and the mayor. 2021 has been the most challenging year it can be, and I'm confident that Councilmember Corbin will get it all settled out in 2021, so things will be smooth sailing by 2022. Should I be so fortunate to serve as council president at that time? So thank you very much.
Well, thank you both. I look forward to working with both of you. So, yes, and this year has been very unique for both Council President Perez and myself, both being newly elected into these positions, and we did bounce off the guardrails a couple of times, but we seem to keep the city moving forward. Thank you for all your. Okay, we still have new business to conduct. So, Council President Perez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I want to congratulate both of you for your election, I will say. I'm looking forward to working with both of you and looking more forward to pass the baton to you, Councilmember Corman. I'm counting the meetings and the days.
Understand. Thank you.
Okay, so on Monday, November 23, 2020 at 5 p.m., we will have our committee of the whole via video conference. We have 2 items on the agenda: 2021 legislative priorities and Sunset Neighborhood Service Center and Consejo Consular Services update. And on Monday, November 23rd, 2020 at 7 p.m., we will have our city council meeting via video conference. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Van.
No new business, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Benedetti.
I have no new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councilmember Halloran.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councilmember McGurven.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Prince.
Of course, the Finance Committee has business. Finance Committee is meeting on Monday, November 23rd at 4 p.m. via video conference. We have 5 items on the agenda: replacement network storage system purchase, Lake Washington Loop Trail Phase 3 supplemental agreement, 2020 year-end budget amendment ordinance, vouchers, and emerging issues in finance. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just announcing that the Planning and Development Committee meeting that would have been held November 23rd has been canceled.
Okay. What's the wish of the council at this
Move
time?
we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Prince, seconded by Councilmember O'Halloran that we adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Is there anybody opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.